Hey man, the life of a rapper is hard. You gotta lock yourself in the studio, doing 3 to 4 to 5 songs a day to get recognition. Consistency is your key. And just when you get your final breaking moment, you finally get your deal, people are finally putting money in your hands, you're finally getting the recognition and the fame that you always wanted. But at what cost? Because sometimes you gotta die to be famous.
You are now tuned in to the LaFlareLounge with your host, IG-TheLaFlareLounge.
You are watching a master at work.
All right, man. So y'all see the title, man. Another rapper dead. And unfortunately now they're not even letting you get famous before they kill you at this point. This is why I just said sometimes you gotta die to be famous, because I never heard of SaySo P a day in my life until today. And that's no disrespect to him. Rest in peace to that man. But he was killed in Memphis, the downtown area close to Beale Street. And what made the headlines is he was signed to Sauce Walka, and Sauce Walka caught a leg shot, 2 of them in the process. Now, I remember saying this when people were trying to say that there was a 1017 curse. And I'm one of those people who don't believe in that narrative. I do not think that Gucci Mane's label is cursed. A lot of his artists are dying, they're going to jail, things like that. But that's because Gucci Mane recognizes a real street nigga because he's one. Unfortunately, I think that when it comes down to business, you have to think different. If you're too dangerous, we can't fuck with you. Now, this is what I recommend when you're trying to sign you an artist and you want to make sure that your artist is gonna live long enough to accumulate you some money. You see, you gotta treat rapping like dating. You have to court your artist the same way that you court your woman. And that's exactly what Sauce Walka was doing right here. He was courting his artist. He was giving him his jewelry. He probably just gave him a nice little check. And they was out there, you know, big boy flexing, making Instagram videos. You gotta make them feel special. And that's exactly what Sauce Walka was doing to SaySo P.
What's poppin'?
Well, poppin', man. I know what's going on, man. TSL Memphis shit.
Where
man.
we at, though?
And we in Memphis with this shit right now. In the M right now. You know where these rap niggas don't come to.
You heard that, right? What these rap niggas don't come to. It sound like you shouldn't have been there, SaySo P. And I damn for sure know that Sauce Walka won't be in Memphis anytime soon. Because who the fuck goes to Memphis? I got family in Memphis. My dad lives in Memphis. My sister lives in Memphis. My niece, my nephews, they live in Memphis. And when I went there, I was scared for my life. And I was and at one point I was only in West Memphis, Arkansas. I wasn't even in Memphis, the city at one point. But Memphis just lurks of danger. It has a stench of barbecue and danger. Barbecue and Dracos. No, barbecue and switches. That's exactly what they got. And Pooh Shiesty just got out yesterday. Y'all know that these YNs is out here ready to drill something in the name of get it back in blood.
But Sauce nigga gonna be here, man. Sleep here, stay here, man. You know, so as long as we want to, man. You dig what I'm saying? Certified, man. This shit going the fuck on outside right now.
Outside popping this shit, bro.
Hey, popping this shit, man. Normal shit, records, man. You know what I'm talking about? You dig what I'm saying? Head to toe, that man. Head to toe, man. I see that boy. I'm on land with that boy. Louis, that boy. Shit going on, man. What the fuck? Sosa boat? Ranks in this bitch?
Come on, man. Shit, it's a normal day in the South Side, baby.
Yeah, normal day in the South Side, P. Go yards everywhere, diamonds everywhere, just bankrolls everywhere, money everywhere, just whatever, everything, shit everywhere. Fuck it. You see what I'm saying? Ruggers.
Now, this is normal energy for a rapper who comes from nothing, who just got signed. Sauce Walka has seen this over and over again. He don't even sound enthusiastic. He just letting his artist pop his shit, man. Enjoy yourself. I'm trying to change your life, nephew. They got the Bombay. They got all the liquor. They got the Goyard bags. They got the Louis Vuitton shoes. They got all the designer and fashion on. but he feels like his life is about to change. He on now. He can put all the chains on his hood niggas like King Von. I get it. He's excited. But when you are excited for your success and displaying it to the whole world, it's some other niggas behind the scenes that's like, now we definitely gotta kill this nigga. Whatever you may have done, they definitely times it ×2 now to get back. So they're looking for you. They're watching your Instagram. They're lurking. SaySo P didn't even realize these were his last few hours. But he thought that this was the beginning of a new lifestyle that would last him a lifetime. Now, Sauce and SaySo would make their way to the hotel and they would be shooting content there, still flexing. $1,000 of bills, chains, necklaces, go-yard bags, the whole wazoo, right? But if I'm a street nigga, if I'm a nigga that wears a shiesty mask with a bubble coat with no shirt under it, and I'm just a musty nigga that's been in the trap all day, and I know how to lurk my city, I'm looking at these niggas and I finally realize the mistake that these niggas made. And it doesn't have to be a honest, real crazy mistake. I just know what I know.
You Memphis with this shit, man. What you talking about? Head to toe them people, man. Got this shit on bankroll, go yard, diamonds, all this shit, man. We having this shit, man. See what the fuck going on.
Holding this shit.
Sauce on it, man.
Still holding those. Forever holding, putting it in a gravity unit, G unit.
Sauce shit, man. Head to
Now, I'm not even from Memphis, but through my experience in Memphis, I can already narrow shit down, right? Now, when I'm looking at this and I see that Sauce Walka and SaySo P are at a hotel, that automatically lets me know when I'm looking at it, okay, they're obviously at a good hotel. They're obviously in a commercial area, like an industrialized area. And usually if you're a rapper and you're in Memphis and you want to be safe, you're probably somewhere by Beale Street, because Beale Street's kind of popping. So I'm looking at this shit like a detective, but really I'm a criminal. All right, so you know these niggas ain't over there in South Memphis. You know they ain't in North Memphis. Memphis is this small, so we know that they're only in one type of area, which is probably like a 2 to 3 mile radius. So we can figure that out. Hey, my boy Man worked the front desk because he on probation. He gotta have a job at the Hilton. Maybe I can call him. Hey, brother, you seen Sauce and SaySo over there? That's exactly how it works. Or these niggas might, be plugged in with the hotels so much that they know certain, hey, that door looked like the certain door over there at the DoubleTree. It's just like that. That's really how it goes. Like, we see people that go spinning in the hood and they know the projects. They know the doors, they know the windows, they know everything, little subtle things. So when you're shooting videos, y'all gotta be careful about what you're doing. Especially as some street niggas, you just need to record behind a white wall. But I say all the time, Sauce Walka moved crazy. I remember doing the video when that murder happened in LA. It's a bad omen behind Sauce Walka. Artists getting killed, niggas getting killed that you fought off right before they went and killed somebody down the street in LA. And don't act like you ain't try to take claim for that body because you thought that boy was dead. We ain't gonna do that. But yeah, overall, this was a mistake. And the street niggas, the vultures, was lurking. Now, Sauce and SaySo was around Memphis, just moving around, which they don't realize how small Memphis is. Have y'all ever been to the airport in Memphis? You literally land, you walk out, you go to the baggage claim, you get your bag, and you're out of there in 5 minutes. That's how small it is. Now, this is from somebody who's from Atlanta who comes from the world's busiest airport. You got to catch planes, trains, and automobiles just to get to your gate. So What I'm saying is you got to be more careful in Memphis. And unfortunately, it sounds like maybe SaySo and Sauce, according to my sources, were about to go somewhere and they were standing outside of the hotel that they were at. And that's when the vulture said, "Got him. Yeah, we spotted him and we gotta go do what we gotta do." And they went out there and they took that boy SaySo down. He had no say-so in that situation. And unfortunately, probably because they got switches, they be high on drugs, you know, they be drinking, maybe what it is. They shot at that boy and they hit him and they were successful. But they shot down Sauce Walka in the process, 2 to the leg. And this is what ensued right after. This is the melee. This is the scene. This is the blue tarp over SaySo P. Rest in peace to that man. Condolences to his family. Now the streets are talking, and somebody actually explained what they think may have happened. But before we get to that, you notice somehow this involves Wack 100. And Wack 100, one of his reoccurring guests on Clubhouse is Rainwater. So we know that Sauce is from Texas, Rainwater's from Texas. Maybe he got the call and they decided to tell him, "Hey, look, this was really happened." And then Wack is on Clubhouse with Rainwater. We know that they got the content. And this is what they said. And then I'm going to tell y'all what the streets of Memphis is saying.
What the going on with Sauce now?
I think that white
He
boy.
dead.
Yeah, he from there though. He had some more shit going on.
Oh, he from there?
Yeah, he from there. So
Now
it
it's
looks,
making sense, because I thought the nigga, I was like, is this nigga from Texas?
nah, I heard they stood over Walk and realized it was Walk and said, "Nah, you good." He knew what he did and ran out.
Oh, they stood over it.
Yeah, and realized it was Walk.
Oh, they didn't know it was him.
They ain't know him now. Buddy from there, he was popping in on that Sprinter. Like, I'm back here. You know, he was popping this shit. I'm here. Ain't nobody gonna do shit. I'm with Sauce Walka.
Now imagine Sauce Walka being in that scenario. He just saw his artist get his brains blown out. He caught 2 to the leg. He's laying on the ground and somebody stands over you. You're in a town that you do not know anything about, that you're not from, and somebody puts a gun in your face. You see the light. You thinking about all the dirt you done did. You thinking about everything, like your kids. Damn. Your life is in another person's hand. And that person decided to spare you because of the same fame that you were trying to give to the nigga that got his head blown off. A real crazy situation where you look at it and be like, you know what, I need to move different. Because Sauce Walka don't be having no security. He don't be moving right. And if he don't learn, eventually, it's gonna be him under that blue tarp. Clearly, SaySo P was a street nigga. And unfortunately, he met his demise before he could get out the streets. And that's usually how the story goes, man. When you finally get an opportunity to get out the streets, that's when you're the most vulnerable. In my personal opinion, like I said, when you have an artist and you gotta court him somewhere else. You don't have to bling him up and give him a whole bunch of bread while he's in Memphis and he's vulnerable. You should have flew him out to Houston, where you know the land, the way of the land that you are from, or you should have took him to Vegas. You should have showed him, hey man, it's another way. You should have took him to Atlanta. This is why, Sauce Walka, you are not the best person to sign to, because you're just an artist. You only have so much money you can give him. There's only a certain amount, a certain extent that you can replace his lifestyle. Whereas to a label ran by some Jewish men, they can literally be like, hey, we're gonna relocate you to Atlanta. Do you see Jewish men going to the hood of these rappers? Do you see them in the trenches eating barbecue and bologna sandwiches? No. They say, come to my office in New York. Come to my office in Atlanta. Come to Interscope over here in LA. Come to my office. They didn't court you. They show you a whole bunch of money. Yo, your advance is gonna be $600,000. We can also put you in a high-rise apartment. That's what they do. You have to start thinking like an entity and not a trap nigga from the trenches, not a trap boss. Y'all wanna be Big Meech? Or do you wanna be goddamn Lucian Grange? Y'all ain't thinking big enough. And unfortunately, because y'all are so small-minded, that costed a rapper his life. Now they saying on the road, they're saying the streets is saying that SaySo P ran off on somebody for $200,000. Exit 8 Tank the Bank. No, he's supposed to have security with him. Ain't no way you thought you had that much rank in the city that nobody wasn't gonna try you, especially after pulling out all that money last night and you had beef here already. Them folks been waiting on you to come back. Come on, man. You ran off with $200K. Shaking my head. If you having money, motion, and a millionaire with you, your armed security should have been the first thing that you got. Folks gotta stop trying to prove that they can move around and not get touched. Shaking my head. I'm praying for his family though. Sad situation, CC. Do you know how much $200,000 is worth in the hood? That's like $2 million. That's like you running off with $2 million. And SaySo P basically ran off with a hood equity of $2 million. And people don't forget about that. So you can go get signed. You can think that you're finally out the streets. I'm now out of that shit and I'm in the rap game. I'm changing my life. Mama, I made it. You always been begging me to do something different. I'm here, baby. But the streets don't forget. The streets don't have amnesia. And something that you did 2-3 years ago, maybe, it'll get you in trouble now. And unfortunately, because y'all decided that y'all wanted to be on social media, flexing, balling, it got you fucked up. So, I mean, and honestly, what I'll say is this. I think the world needs to rid of social media. That's the only way we're going to reset. It's not going to happen. But if you ask me, how can the world reset? Get rid of social media. Get back to the days where you got to call somebody's phone, actually interact with people, things like that. But it's a different way. It's a different time. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this situation, man. Who do y'all blame? Do y'all blame Sauce Walka? Or do y'all blame SaySo P for being in some street shit about this situation? What do y'all think about what I said? Do y'all agree? Let me know down below in the comments. And we out, baby. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell. We out, baby. Boom. Big Just LaFlare.
It's him.